So I've been tracking Trias for a while, and Trias just gave us a signal for its next big move, a 50% move minimum. Alright, let's get right into it. We're going to be talking about the weekly signal that just triggered and a couple of 12-hour signals that I've been tracking. Remember guys, the weekly sets our directional bias, while the 12-hour time frame sets our momentum bias. And last but not the least, we'll also be talking about targets and invalidation. Alright, so let's get into the analysis. We're going to start off with the Mango dashboard. You guys can follow along at app.mangoresearch.co. We're going to filter out Trias, okay? And the reason I like to start off every analysis with the dashboard is because it gives us an overarching view of the trends across all time frames, along with the volatility and any important signals over here that we may miss during our manual analysis, right? So things like bullish divergence, bearish divergence, Ichimoku flags, everything over here, things that you don't want to be missing will be given to you. And it's so easy to miss things when there's so many freaking coins to look at. So what's Trias doing? Well, Trias is long across all the time frames, right? That's what we want to see. Weekly flip long 28 days ago, a month ago, and has given 50% in returns already. Very, very strong. But if you guys have been following Mango for a while, you guys know that one of the time frames I like to keep an eye on all the time is the 12-hour time frame, right? It's our barometer, because yes, the weekly sets our directional trend bias for the longer term, but the 12-hour sets our momentum for the short to mid-terms, right? The 12-hour flip long almost 3 days ago now and has given 25% of the weekly's 50% returns. I really like the structure over here, but there was something that I wanted Trias to do on the weekly time frame for weeks now. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the weekly chart now, but we will be coming back to the dashboard to discuss this red volatility over here on the lower time frames, because it is a bit concerning and we have to take this into account during our analysis and for our positioning. So here we are on the charts. We're looking at Trias on the weekly time frame, and we have our Ichimoku indicator turned on with Mango settings. As you guys can see, Trias played out the infamous edge-to-edge trade on the Ichimoku perfectly. We entered the cloud somewhere around the second week of December, and in 3 weeks we played out the move from $4 to $16, where Trias found resistance at the top of the cloud perfectly. And then guys, for 2 months Trias went into consolidation using the top of the cloud as resistance. I've been waiting patiently for Trias to clear the top of the cloud, either at this zone over here or consolidate a tad bit more and break out from somewhere around here. But what do you know? Trias decided to show strength and break out early. I am liking the look of this, and as long as Trias is living above the cloud, I'm going to be expecting further continuation to the upside. And just by looking at the weekly chart, just by keeping it Mango, just by keeping it easy and stress-free, we can look at a target of this resistance zone right over here, coming in at around $26.50. Now remember guys, this target of around $26 is provided we hold the top of the cloud over here and the dashboard on the 12-hour time frame holds its long trend. If this flips to short and we lose the top of the cloud, we will need to reposition on this trade. Now, I'll keep you guys updated if both of the signals trigger, so make sure to hit the subscribe button, so that way you're keeping up to date on this trade and not bag holding this in case Trias decides to make a bigger move towards the downside. Because this edge to edge, while it played to the upside, it could also play all the way to the downside if things go wrong. So make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification icon so I can keep you guys posted on any direction change. But for now, the direction is still up. This is precisely why we use our 12-hour time frame as our momentum directional bias. And the 12-hour time frame, guys, is looking fantastic. Right over here, you can see that we have triggered the perfect Ichimoku signal. So cloud is green, reactivation of the TK cross above the cloud, and price trading above the Tenkin with a breakout above the range. This is what I like to see. If we go ahead and clear out our Ichimoku and turn on only our horizontals, you're going to see that we have a ascending like structure that is outlining a symmetrical like structure, right? Those of you who have been following Mango are very, very familiar with this play, where we essentially accumulate between the flat of the ascending triangle and the symmetrical triangle right over here. And again, you can see that it's playing out. And the measured move target for the structure over here is coming in around $27, which, by the way, lines up with our weekly target right over here as well of around $26.50. And this, guys, is precisely what I love: confluence between the lower time frames and the higher time frames. We're also going to see confluence on our invalidation depending on whether you're playing the Ichimoku or the structure over here. So if you're playing the structure over here, guys, I would personally only set my invalidation underneath this level right over here at around $12.44 right over there. Okay, $12.50. Alternatively, what you guys can do is use the Ichimoku right over here. I'm going to turn it on and track the bottom of the Kijun. As you guys can see, the Kijun is lining up perfectly with our symmetrical triangle. So the way I'd like to do it is, if we see two candle closes underneath this Kijun over here, I would say that this trade is invalidated, and at that point I'll be looking to reposition on Trias somewhere around the bottom of the cloud at around $10. Speaking of which, for those of you who have premium access to the dashboard, Krisha did post a premium video on Trias a few weeks ago, and if you guys did catch that video on Trias, you guys probably caught her entry at all the way down at $9.70, right? I don't know how she does it, but she nails these precision entry and exit levels to a T. So if you guys did catch that entry, you guys are already sitting pretty with a good 78% profit already, and with way more to come after that now, right? So your entire trade from Krisha's entry to my eventual target would be a good 200%. So yeah, if you guys have access to the premium videos, make sure that you guys are keeping up with these trades over here, because this is a recent addition for premium users that not all premium users may be aware of. So make sure that you guys are checking out the alpha that we've been posting in here, because so far the feedback has been fantastic. All right, so let's put it all together. At the beginning of the video, we talked about the weekly signal that we're going to discuss, the 12-hour signals, and the target and invalidation, right? Well, here we have it. On the weekly signal, we are looking at the Ichimoku cloud that Trias just cleared right over here, right? That's coming in at around $16.56. The 12-hour signals were essentially our dashboard trend and the perfect Ichimoku. Now over here, I put down dashboard Ichimoku because you guys can essentially keep track of the perfect Ichimoku signal on the dashboard as well, right? Just keep an eye on the 12-hour row right over here and look for this flag. You can see that we got the perfect bullish Ichimoku signal 18 hours ago. So just keep an eye for this flag right over here. So for now, things are looking fine. We have the long signal on the 12-hour as well as the Ichimoku signal over here on the 12-hour time frame. Finally, we talked about our targets, which is coming at $26. We saw confluence over there between the weekly target as well as our 12-hour measured move target. And last but not the least, this is the most important, guys, is that our invalidation is at around $12.50 to $13. If you want to give yourself some leeway, you can use $12.50. If you want to be a little bit more tighter with your invalidation, you can follow the Kijun on the 12-hour time frame, which is coming in at $13 currently. Now remember, guys, this invalidation level is going to be dynamic. Things may change as price progresses more towards the upside, and I will keep you guys updated on your invalidation levels. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification icon so you don't miss out on those updated invalidation levels. For now, our targets are going to remain consistent, but if we clear $26, I will have new targets that I will assess. But for now, we're going to keep things easy. We're going to keep things mango. We're going to keep things stress-free.